Okay.
Yeah, so anywhere you want.
So are we live then?
Ask if everybody can hear it.
Okay. So can everyone hear okay online?
They got a lot of thumbs up. So
Okay, great. So first of all, thank you all for attending today. My name is Dave Ryback. I'm a current tri-chair, and I will be introducing the other tri-chairs shortly for the leadership class of 2020 to 2021. I'm a recent graduate of the 2020 class, 2019-2020 class. And like you, we also did not have the class we expected since we had to go virtual for the last few months. Great experience though. So again, thank you for being here today and taking time out with especially so much going on. And our hearts go out to those people who are dealing with smoke and fire issues right now. So we're going to be online for a little bit here. And again, after we have the tri-chair speak, we will have one of the main facilitators for Leadership Lake Oswego speaking to you tonight right here. And then we'll have the rest of our guests who are here, who you can't see right now, come up and just say hi and introduce themselves so you have a chance to get to know your classmates or meet new friends or whatever. So, so again, my name is Dave Ryback, and I was a member, as I mentioned, of the last year's class, and I have numerous boards I serve on and ties to Lake Oswego, and just love the community and love the direction that I believe we're going in right now, post-COVID. And with that, let me switch gears. So our class last year, we had about what was it, gang? About 22, 23, 25, out about, we'll call it 25 students. Amazing experience. I joined Leadership Lake Oswego, I don't know if for the wrong reasons, but for the reason of I just wanted to become a better version of who I am. For me, it initially wasn't about connections, wasn't about opportunities for whatever. It was really just about becoming a better, more of a leader myself. And I just developed into so many other areas. But I have to tell you, the connections I've made, I will treasure. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but in one of our classes, our teacher, who will be, for those of you that are joining us or coming on board for next year, or this coming year, Dr. Korash made a statement that I just completely dismissed when he said it. I said, oh, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. And now I live by it. And it's something I use every single day. And those are the jewels that you'll discover through Leadership Lake Oswego. So with that, I'm going to introduce my co-tri-chair, Tom Diamore. Tom, why don't you come on up and introduce yourself and take it from there.
All right. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Hi, everybody. A couple of technical things. We do have a chat set up, so for you that are online, if you've got any questions or comments, just go ahead and type it in there. For the time being, you will be on mute, and then after we have heard from all of our speakers, then we'll open it up so that you can actually verbally communicate with us too. My background, I'm an attorney here in Lake Oswego. I handle exclusively catastrophic injury work, representing individuals for the most part. But my practice expands all over the US for cases. My experience with the Lake Oswego Leadership Academy, it was, the reason I got involved was because I had been practicing here in Lake Oswego for 10 years and really kind of just drove from West Lynn, went to my office and did my work and then went home. And another Leadership Academy person from many, many years ago said, hey, it might be a good idea for you to get involved in this leadership group. I did, and like Dave said, it was just a tremendous experience. And our tri-chairs, Dave, Derek, and I will tell you, we're all males. But just so you know that there is diversity, we had 3 females as tri-chairs last year. So, and if you get to know us 3, we are 3 very different people too. And so you will get some diversity out of this group, lots of different opinions. The types of people that were in our class last year, investment advisors, educators, school administrators, principals, city workers from Lake Oswego, massage therapist, city councilor, mayoral candidate, and city councilor. So we had a really diverse group. To some degree, doing this virtually is lucky for you because we've kind of condensed it down. We can't really keep you on a Zoom call for 6 hours per session. So that's been reduced to some degree. But it'll be a little bit different, so somewhat new for us and for you. I hope it'll all work out. If this COVID ever lightens up, we might be able to even meet in person. We've got a huge facility here to spread out, and Liz, our executive director, kind of runs the show from here. So that's my piece. I'm going to have Derek come say hello, and then eventually we'll have Bill Crash, our wonderful speaker and educator throughout the session. Come on up here.
Hello, everyone. I am Derek Kram, your third tri-chair. First and foremost, I hope that everybody out there is staying safe with the fires. I know that a lot of people that plan to come to this event tonight were forced to evacuate, and our hearts go out with them. Our prayers are with them. So I hope everyone is staying safe. So I'm a financial advisor with a company called Financial Reserve here in Lake Oswego. I'm pretty new to the area. I moved here about 1.5 years ago. And the Lake Oswego Leadership Program came very highly recommended from colleagues, individuals that I had met in the community. I started going to the Lake Oswego networking events, and I kept on just hearing amazing things about this program. So I decided to join it, mostly because of that. But I really had no idea all of the golden information that I take away from speakers like Bill Korach, who you're going to hear from shortly. But it's not just what you learn in the classes, the technical information, as you will. It's about the opportunities that come up in the class with the other people you're in the class with that allow you to step up and become a better leader. So I think that for me, that was the most valuable part. But also just the connections that you're going to make in this class. It's going to be different this year being all online, but that's okay. You're still going to have connections with people you never thought that you would get involved with. Last year we had police officers, we had 911 dispatchers, we had, the city of Lake Oswego water management folks. It's just an incredibly diverse group, and you wouldn't necessarily run into those types of people just without joining a program like that. And that's really, really cool. It's really special. A lot of different I've gotten involved with more people's organizations that were in this group. And I'm just grateful for that. And I'm really excited to see all you, at least virtually today. That's awesome. I'm glad that those of you who could make it did. And now I'm just gonna hand it over to Dave, who's gonna introduce our speaker, Bill Korach. Thanks.
Well done, Derek. Thank you. And thank you all for your patience as we move through these different parts of this today. But before I introduce Bill, I'm going to ask Liz Hartman to come up, the person who works behind the scenes, constantly getting things done for us, for you. She is just a whirlwind of activity and productivity. In fact, I would love to have her teach me some of her secrets on how she gets so much done. And with that, I would love to have you meet Liz. So Liz, please come up and say a few words.
Thank you so much. Good to see you. I'm Liz Hartman. I'm the executive director of the Lake Oswego Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to have Julia Fowler, who is our president, come up here as well. Julia is a graduate of Leadership Lake Oswego, and look where it's put her. Here she is, right at the very front. She is the president of this organization and has done some wonderful things. Do you want to give a couple of words?
Sure. Hi, as Liz said, I'm Julia Fowler, and I'm here on behalf of the leadership team of the Chamber of Commerce. Wanted to come by and welcome all of you to this year's program. As Liz said, I am a graduate of Leadership Lake Oswego, and I can't speak enough to the program and the things that I took away from the program. And I know that once you get rolling, that you will absolutely feel the same. It's like Derek said, being part of the program, I met so many people in this community that I otherwise would not been able to interact with or get acquainted with. So it was just a fantastic time. I do live in Lake Oswego. I own a small business here for the last 10 years. And I just encourage you to get involved with not only this program, but see where it might take you in regards to volunteer opportunities all around of our city to make it a great place to work, live, and grow a business. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. And want everybody online and here to know that when something goes, you need information, you go to your tri-chairs, but if you absolutely can't get the tri-chairs, come to me. I'm always in the office, and you can call, you can email, I'll give you my phone. We will get you through this Leadership Lake Oswego with a fabulous experience. And I hope all of our class members here will walk by the camera before you leave tonight so that everybody online can see what a great class we have, and you can see them. Thanks.
Thank you, Liz. So before we have Dr. Korash come up and speak, let's just tell you a little bit about Bill. And I have so much gratitude for Dr. Korash as he talked me off the ledge a few times last year. We had a project we were working on. Was I kind of the leader of that? I don't know. We had there, and Tom was my right-hand man, and Derek stepped up and was leading the committee. And there were times when I just said, I turned to Bill and said, I don't know what to do. And he just calmly spent time with me, and we sat down. We spent a lot of hours over at Blue Moon Coffee and talked about strategies and how to move that project forward for the leadership class. And so thank you, Bill. Dr. Korash has many years. He's a retired superintendent from the Lake Oswego School District. I wish I had his bio in front of me, but it would be it's pages long. And I can't speak highly enough of Bill, but Dr. Korash, would you come up and say a few words to our group here so they can get to know you a little bit better and know why we love having you be a part of this operation?
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. What I want to start by doing is giving you an idea of the structure of the program. So you're going to start most of your days with a speaker who, like Laura De La Cruz, the superintendent of the Lake Oswego School District, our city manager, and other speakers that have their leadership story, but also have much value to add to what we do in the program. And so that's a huge plus to hear Laura De La Cruz, for example, talk about her progression as a leader and her life story and what she believes about leadership as, the top administrator in the Lake Oswego School District, or a person who has a great deal of expertise talking about a particular domain of leadership. What I do is I get 1 hour and 15 minutes of golden time with you. And my goal is to be a mentor and facilitator as you work with leadership and you work with personal development. So I want you to kind of hold those two ideas together, and I'm going to say leadership is about relationships. Your relationship with other people and your relationship with yourself. So when we start talking about leadership, one of the things we're going to make very, very clear is the qualities, the abilities that will make you a good leader are the same qualities and abilities that will make you the best person you can be, regardless of whether you're in a formal leadership role. And so this year, what we're going to do in that hour and 15 minutes, instead of what we did last year, because last year I had more time, and so we talked about leadership from multiple perspectives, looking at research in multiple domains about leadership. This year, it's truly going to be focused on you, not on leadership. So my goal is going to be to help you dig into one major area of abilities that makes a significant difference in a leader's world and in your world as a human being to be the most complete person that you can become. Because the fundamental truth about leadership is that the better person you can become, the better leader you're going to be capable of being. And so you can't say you're going to be that leader, but readiness is all. So what we do is we'll work on those abilities in our 1 hour and 15 minutes. Then I will send you out into the world that you already know, and you will practice some dimension of that particular ability that makes sense to you. That's why we say in the materials, you get to direct your own learning and your own personal growth by selecting what you want to work on. Then you will come back to the next class and share that. You know, how'd it go? What did you learn from that? So what I would like to do is say, okay, one of the real important things to know about adult learners is that we are already pretty well set in our ways, okay? So one of the things I'm going to try to do with you is I'm going to make you less content with yourself. Okay, now, look, let me tell you what I mean by that.
I got that every day.
You don't have to go anywhere to a leadership class to get that, right, Dave? Okay, now, so let me use some research and tell you why that's going to be true. Okay, so this is research now about people and what they think of their abilities in relation to what we can find out about their abilities through testing and setting up a situation where they estimate their abilities, and then that is compared to what their real abilities are by certain measures in a major study in 2019. Okay, so if you were to estimate right now, okay, hey, in emotional intelligence and cognitive intelligence, how good are you in those two domains? And what are your strengths in those domains? And so they separated the groups into 3 categories based on how they thought about their strengths. Now, one group really underestimated their strengths and limitations. They underestimated their abilities and their promise. One group was really spot on about what their strengths and their limitations were, okay? And one group exaggerated what they thought their strengths were. Which group do you think was the most content? Which group do you think was the most content with their life, with their professional relationships, with their career? Group 2, okay? Group 2, what group? 2, group 2, okay. Oh, you don't have to participate, yep. Okay, okay. Group 2 would be the people that really did have a good idea of what their strengths and limitations were. That's not the group that was the most content. With the group that was the most content were the ones that exaggerated their characteristics. Now, think about this. Think about this as you look at yourself, and think about it as you work with people who might be into exaggerating their qualities and characteristics. So when you look at that particular study, why do you think the middle group that you thought was the most content wasn't the most content? And we can't do this at like a class, so I'm not asking you to answer that. Okay, you want to try? Go ahead. You tell me I still have time, right?
Yeah, you got
Yeah, because our other speakers aren't ready, right? It's not, did you? Okay, go ahead. Why?
Because it's seems to me that if somebody is like just feeling good about like right where they are, is they're comfortable in this box. That's the content piece. Where growth goes, you have to step outside the box and outside a comfort zone.
Okay.
And so that becomes like, I'm not content with that. It's just more of an uncomfortable situation. And so they learn to adapt with where they're at, and they're okay with where they're at.
Can you summarize that response, Bill?
Okay. Yeah, I can't, because actually you're real close, but you're not taking one little turn in that explanation that will help you answer that question. And you're correct. A really together person is comfortable with the fact that they still have room to grow and they still have things to learn, and they realize that there's some things that they don't do as well as they would like. However, those people are also people that are less content with themselves because they're trying to do what? Grow. And they're trying to change. And so unlike the person that thinks, my God, am I cool? I'm at the top of the world and all of my social connections are just fantastic, and my work life is perfect, and I'm very content with myself. That person is not very easy to what? Adapt or work with, because they're very confident and content with themselves. So we're going to work with insights into the nature of the human condition, because leadership's about relationships. And so as we work through the year, we'll take one area at a time that is a real ability that personal growth and leadership depends on you doing well. And then we'll play it out. We'll look at it carefully, and then we will move on to another one, but you'll practice and we'll work with it. And so in a way, enlightenment is a destructive process, because you have to destroy your old way of looking at some things to embrace new realities, and then find a way to incorporate those new realities into the person you want to become. My job is to help you with that. So good? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Always great having you involved in what we're doing and leading the way. But did I hear that right after be uncomfortable to grow? Is that what I heard? Because I don't know if I'm up for that. So first of all, again, thank you all for being here. At this moment in time, what we'd like to do, as a little surprise, I guess, to our guests, is have our guests come up and introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about themselves, and what's of interest in Leadership Lake Oswego to them. So would you like to start?
Yeah. Yes.
You've been volunteered apparently, so.
Twist her arm. Give her the arm.
Your name, who you are, and why you're interested.
My name is Amy Valentine. Our family owns a business, Dino's Pizzeria, here in Lake Oswego for 23 years. And my mom has been part of the chamber for 23 years, and now it's my turn to step up. And leadership, I think, is probably the best way for me to follow in her footsteps. And I'm really looking forward to it and meeting more people. So thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, good.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Vlahos, and I work for a clinic, Neurotherapeutic Pediatric Therapies, as a fundraiser and development manager. And my motivation for taking this leadership class is that I want to be a better leader in the community. I do have 7 children. Yes, I did not stutter. I have 7 children.
You're supposed to hold on to it.
Okay, but my point is there's an analogy of being a mother and raising a large family and everything that I've learned with them, but it's that my compassion and my heart for serving the community is a lot like raising a family and having a strength of a family and being a good leader in your family. And that's what I'm looking to do, is become a good asset to my community. Thank you.
Very nice.
Hello, I'm Maria Bigelow. I work at the Adult Community Center in the city of Lake Oswego, and I'm a previous graduate of this program and a huge proponent of it. I brag about it all the time. And as you will meet next is my coworker who's actually joining you this time. So I'm pretty excited for her.
Hi, I'm Kim Vermillion, and I work with the City of Lake Oswego Parks and Recreation, and I work for the Division of the Adult Community Center. I've been there for about 2.5 years, and I am looking for an opportunity for personal growth and a leadership opportunity as well. So I'm excited about meeting all of my participant classmates this year. I wish I could see you, but you could see me. Hi.
Okay, thank you all for what's what I'm looking for, being flexible with our online / in-person meet and greet tonight. So hopefully everyone's had a chance to get to know each other a little bit. What we're going to try now, and I do say try, is we're going to have everyone who's in this room come around in front of the camera, in front of the computer, so we can see all of you that are online. You can see all of us. So I'm going to ask you all to come up, and they're going to introduce themselves over here, and then we will have those of you that are with us remotely introduce yourselves to us. But first, let's get everybody up here. Let's just have everybody up here. And while we're doing that, I just want to remind you that there's still time to sign up for those of you that are considering Leadership Lake Oswego. It is just I'm sorry, what? Oh, I didn't realize that Laura was with us. My apologies. So, well, since we've already started this, let's have everybody come up here so we can each see each other. And then, Laura, my apologies. I didn't realize you were on. I thought you got called away with the emergency with the schools and relocating people to the school. So let's get everybody up here in front of the computer, and let's have everyone who's online introduce themselves. Say a little bit about yourselves.
I'm going to turn off now, and we'll turn on your mics.
Let's start with who? Matthew.
We'll just go down the list.
Okay, we're going to start with Matthew.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? All right, hands up, fingers up. I'm Matthew Call. I'm an attorney with Jordan Ramus. I've been in Lake Oswego for just over a year now, and in Oregon for just over 2 years. So I've started going to some chamber events with another attorney, Doug Cushing, in my firm, and have really enjoyed getting to meet all the local business members in our community. And when I saw this come up, I know Liz had mentioned this to me right when I started coming to events. And so I've always kind of known about it. And when it came up for this year, I didn't hesitate to want to be involved. So I look forward to meeting those that I haven't met yet and working with everybody and learning more about our city and our community and ways to get involved. So thank you.
Anastasia, can you speak next?
Sure. I'm an attorney as well. I started my career in Lake Oswego back in, no one can hear me?
It sounds like we can't hear you, Anastasia.
Anybody? Oh,
there
no,
you
you
go.
can't hear me. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. I started my career in Lake Oswego back in 1999, maybe, working for the Oregon State Bar, and then I had my own practice in Lake Oswego off of Boones Ferry Road, and then had a building off of Jean. Left Lake Oswego for a year or two, joined a firm in downtown Portland, Samuel Joel and Cantor, doing estate planning, and then they opened up a satellite office in Lake Oswego. I live here too since 2005 or 6. I have a son that just started high school at Lake Ridge and a daughter that started middle school at Lake Ridge Middle School. So for whatever reason, I just seem to be stuck here. I don't know. That's all.
Great. How about Mary Puskas next, if that's how you pronounce her name? Mary's got a mute. Puskas. You're on mute, Mary.
Am I
There we
supposed to
go.
speak now?
Yep, you're clear.
Okay. My name's Mary Puskas, and I've lived in the community for over 40 years, and I was in one of the first leadership classes that the Chamber offered, and Bill was telling me about the program, and it sounded really fascinating to me, and I thought to myself, well, I should check it out and see how it's changed. I've had some leadership roles in the community and enjoyed being of service in the community for many years. I was with the school district for over 20 as the director for the community school and the foundation. I did serve on the city council, which was a wonderful experience, and I served on the chamber board. And all of those organizations have grown, evolved, and changed, and I haven't kept up. So I want to keep up. I want to know what's currently happening in the community, and I look forward to meeting everybody.
Great. Thank you. And I guess we'll have Christopher introduce himself now, too.
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
We start with the obligatory, can everybody hear me?
We can hear you, Chris.
Okay, great. Well, thank you all. It's nice to see everybody. My name is Christopher Boyer. My wife and I have run a martial arts school in Lake Oswego for the past going on 26, 28 years, something like that. I'm starting to lose track. But I'm involved with the chamber and serve on the board and also help serve on the education committee. I've been through Leadership Lake Oswego, and it was a fantastic experience, so much so that I wanted to give some time to help make certain that things continued in a wonderful tradition. So I'm just here to help facilitate this class, and I have the added benefit of getting to meet each year's cohort, which is a huge value as far as getting to meet everybody in the community and make some new connections. So I'll stop talking so we can start making some new connections.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christopher.
And Charlene?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, great. I'm Char Green. I've lived in Lake Oswego for the last 10 years. My husband and I like to think that this will be our final home for the rest of our lives. I have gone through a number of professional experiences. I spent 18 years as a high-risk labor and delivery nurse. I then spent 11 years working for GE, most of those selling capital medical equipment. And then I took over this January as the executive director for the Oswego Heritage Council under the leadership of our president, Mary Puskas, who you just heard from. And so, yes, and I am obviously here both to learn new skills that I maybe have not picked up in my past, or skills that I maybe picked up but need to still be polished, as well as to just kind of meet and greet and get to know the community better.
Thank you, Charlene.
Thanks.
Robin Krakauer?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I just want to make sure. Okay, great. I am with the Arts Council of Lake Oswego, and I've been there about 4 years. And I have had a great pleasure of working with the Chamber on Wine Walk and a variety of other different disciplines, as well as working with a lot of different leaders in Lake Oswego and in Rotary. I am looking forward to doing some learning in leadership and also getting some personal growth. My background is basically in nonprofits and school districts. I was marketing and communications person for a school district back in Wisconsin and worked at Fortune 500 companies throughout my career. And I'm super glad to be back here in Lake Oswego and helping the city run their public art program. So I look forward to seeing you all hopefully someday in person.
Thank you, Robin. And Alicia Cochrane.
Hi everyone. My name is Alicia Cochrane, and I am an educator at our school district in the Lake Oswego School District, and I teach at Lake Oswego Junior High. I've taught there since 1995, and I have taught a variety of different classes, but one of my favorites is the speech and debate class. I also run the speech and debate competition club, and I'm always interested in leadership to be able to not only improve my own skills, but to really help students become very vocal supporters of themselves and their ideas. I'm very excited to join this group and see not only how I can improve my skills, but also transfer those to kids. I've been involved in a variety of different leadership positions, both at the school level and the district level. I'm also on the board and an avid volunteer at Hunger Fighters, and I work hard to improve our community.
Thank you. Can we have Ada next?
Sorry, did you say Ada?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first of all, let me thank you for pronouncing my name well. I was getting ready to introduce myself and show you how to pronounce it, and you've already just defeated me. And so,
Thank you.
my name is Ada Ejikeme, and I'm new to Lake Oswego and to Oregon. I've been here for about a year now. I received an email about this program just yesterday. Or 2 days ago, and I signed up, and so I'm here to satisfy my curiosity. I want to grow my personal and professional network, pick up new skills. I'm a non-practicing lawyer. I see that there are lots of lawyers. I'm a happily non-practicing lawyer. I'm a diversity professional. I do consulting, and so I'm just always interested in growing my network, as I said, and picking up new skills. And I'm just eager to hear all about the program. Hopefully I'll be able to sign up. Thank you.
Great. Excellent. Thank you. And then, Tanmaya, if you wanted to introduce yourself as well, that would be great. You're on mute still.
Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. First of all, I'm just really thrilled for this new year in a new way. I was recently reading a book I think I read in high school called A Wrinkle in Time, which I feel is very apt for where we're at. And I just wish you guys the best. You're going to make amazing connections here, even looking at, the current people who've resurfaced from last year, Dave Ryback, and all of these cats. It makes me so happy to see that you guys are in amazing hands with this current tri-chair group, and I'm so happy to hand on the baton. And please understand there is a lot of work involved that they're doing on the back end for you. So make sure to constantly acknowledge all of these lovely people who are here supporting you too. Okay, thanks guys, enjoy your time.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm the director of One River School too. Sorry about that. That's what I do in the community, art for people.
And a former tri-chair for this class.
Sorry?
And a former tri-chair.
Yeah, yes, I'm a former tri-chair.
All right, Vanessa, good to see your face.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm excited to be here. To just say, first of all, this experience of Leadership Lake Oswego was one of a kind. From every day I left, I just felt like I learned something about myself and made a connection with someone different than I am. And it was just such a wonderful experience. You could say I walked the rope really high in the air, and I may have gotten a hero award here and there. I'm afraid of heights. I don't know if that helps. I am the director of community school with the Lake Oswego School District, and I am just so grateful to be here virtually, to be able to experience all the new faces and see what opportunities you have ahead of you. Be able to explore who you are, not only as a leader, but as a person in the wonderful community of Lake Oswego. And I'm just very excited for you. Changes come every day and changes are uncomfortable. But when you continue to work on yourself and you continue to be present in who you are and who you want to be and who you want to strive to be, you could do remarkable things. So keep moving forward, keep taking a step forward. And I'm excited to see all the possibilities and legacy projects you bring forward this year.
Thanks, Vanessa. Now, Laura, it's great to have you joining us. If you wanted to introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I did come on a little bit late. We are having just a few things that we're working with at the school district. I'm really glad to see so many familiar faces on the screen, and I just want to say that, so I'm the superintendent of our school district in Lake Oswego, and what I want to say about what I experienced in this program last year is that I just visited a few times and I was a guest speaker a few times, but what I noticed was this incredible camaraderie that was built among the participants and who were knitted together by these common experiences and shared learning. And I could tell clearly that it's an incredible experience of building community. And so I welcome all of you, and it's great to see some new faces on the screen as well and new members of our community. I've been in Lake Oswego for a few months past a year, and I would say since March, it feels like maybe from March to now, maybe it feels like around 20 years passed. But that might just be my perception. Lots and lots and lots has happened in that time. But it's an amazing community, and the learning and togetherness and building understanding among this group of colleagues and peers is incredible. So I'm so happy to see all of you who are part of this.
Thank you. All right, and again, sorry if I mispronounced your name, but it looks like we have Rami Laus? I see you're on mute.
Hi everybody. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Perfect. Sorry, I'm driving, so probably my voice gonna be a bit.
We lost you. We lost you for a second. Hello?
Maybe we should switch over to the next. Yeah.
All right, Rami, if you can hear us, we can't hear you. We'll just have Nilam introduce himself, and if you can get back online, then we'll have you go next.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Great. I apologize. I'm in a public place right now because my 8th grade LOJ daughter, it's her 13th birthday today. She's entering the teen years. So I will keep my introduction brief. I'm the newest LOSD school board member, and I have a 30-year history in Lake Oswego. Moved to Lake Oswego as a teenager and left to go to college, worked in California, and then returned here with my family 5 years ago. My parents live in the same house that they have since they moved here in Mountain Park. And I am starting a new job at Oregon Health Authority next week. I'm really excited about that, and I'm equally excited about joining this program and getting to know all of you and building my leadership skills, and really looking forward to interacting over the next several months.
Thank you. Great. All right, Rami, it looks like you're back online. If you wanted to try to unmute and.
All right, here you go. Sorry about that.
Perfect.
You guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So I was saying, my name is Rami Laus, and I'm the owner of the Back and Line Chiropractic and Wellness. I just opened my clinic last month. I'm a super new to the business world. I've never had or owned a business before, and I'm always eager to learn more skills and have more personal growth and have more connection with other business leaders and other people in the community. So that's why I joined, and I'm super excited to meet everybody.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. So, hi, this is Dave again. I just wanted to give a shout out real quickly to Laura De La Cruz. So for those of you who don't know her well, She is a powerhouse, and she was very involved with us last year. She understated that and brought a lot to the table, dove into Leadership Lake Oswego. She hadn't been here very long at all, transferred out from, I think, Denver, if I remember correctly, somewhere in Colorado, and just threw herself into the program, been a big supporter. So I just want to make sure people realize that, there are a lot of people here who've contributed a lot. And Laura, yours was right up there with the rest. So thank you for everything you did for us last year. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything to say, Tom?
Yeah, that's the first thing. Anybody have any questions, comments? Now is the time. We'll answer just about anything.
No, we won't.
Well, Chris.
Who does your hair, Tom? It looks.
Dave does it.
Yeah, because I'm such a shining example of that.
You know, one challenge I think that you folks have is the fact that this is going to be virtual. But you can also turn that into a positive. I spent the last 12 hours, the last 2 days, 6 or 7 hours a day on Zoom sessions because we had a virtual board meeting from across the country. And one of the things that we did, we don't necessarily have to do that, but one of the things we did is we had a chef from Rome, Italy,
Ooh, I like where this is going.
teach us how to make pasta and a variety of things. So we just had to show up with ingredients, get on Zoom, and we learned how to make pasta. So there are things you can do on Zoom to make it exciting and to bring you folks together as a group.
So you telling me the greatest thing you learned is spaghetti? Is that what you're telling me?
That was it.
Okay. Any other questions for any of us? Okay. I guess that's a wrap. Well, then thank you all for joining us tonight. We're done with this part. And I look forward to seeing you again. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.